Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review Podcast. I finally got some time and watched House of the Dragon, episode 2. This review's going to be pretty quick. I gotta say, amazing job. Amazing job. They definitely caught my attention. It was a much better episode than episode 1. Rhaenyra did an amazing job. The actress, I can't remember her name, but she did a phenomenal job in the scene where she finds out Jace is dead. The acting was just beyond amazing. I really felt like a mother lost her son at that point, and I feel like a queen had given up everything. It felt like kind of similar to the scene of Angela Bassett in Wakanda Forever, where she feels like she's lost everything, and what has she gained, even despite doing everything for everyone. And I gotta say, absolutely incredible acting on that part. It's not is it Aegon? Or whichever one, the other son, I forget his name, the annoying one that's not Aegon, no, that's the usurper, sorry, I forget his other name, but anyway, the tall blonde guy with the really good jawline, him dying the way that he did, which I don't think he is dead. I think the witch will probably use him against Daemon and bring him back somehow, because Daemon refused to give her Harrenhal. That was kind of anticlimactic, but it also sets up for an interesting story that could be a really big potential. So I'm pretty interested in seeing that. But it was funny because in my head I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, if all three of them just attack this man, he can't take on all three. But if one of them just goes in the back and just stabs him, how funny would that be? And that's exactly what happened, and it was just hilarious. And I was like, yeah, die, bitch. Like, I hated that guy. I was like, yo, you need to die, bro. You're weird as shit. You need to go. Corlys, being alive, I thought that man was dead, but that man, he is the man of the seas. He's the king of the seas, all right? The seas kept him alive. So it was good to see him alive and his whole family kind of back together in a sense. Him finally giving his bastard sons their name and whatnot. Pretty interesting stuff. I think that was pretty cool. Daemon coming back and taking Rhaenyra and taking full charge and going to King's Landing. Alicent, sorry, keeping her promise, taking charge of King's Landing and allowing Rhaenyra to come in, and then Rhaenyra coming in on her dragons and all of that stuff, and like Daemon just going one-on-one with everyone, going through it. I'm like, this is like the perfect thing. But it felt like, but it feels like we're at the end, but this is just the beginning, which was, I think, a very interesting way to do it. I thought this would be more of like an episode 4 or 5 type moment, but this turned out to be episode 2, and her coming back and taking back King's Landing and sitting on the Iron Throne, and then killing Alicent's father, which was absolutely, I think, unnecessary in my opinion. They could have just kept him alive, but I do understand why she needed to do that, like to assert her dominance. And Daemon wasn't wrong for that, but I just felt like killing that old man was just kind of unnecessary in my opinion. But I get it. Alicent coming back, seeing her dead father, and all of that pretty wild shit as well. Aegon, going on his own little side quest, trying to escape before getting to Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra asking for Aegon the usurper to come and be brought in front of her so she could deliver justice and whatnot. Again, this kind of happened because of Alicent. I don't know how to explain that to Rhaenyra, but again, who's gonna say that? Alicent almost getting raped by that fucking dude of war or law or whatever he was. That guy was just an asshole. That was pretty wild. I'm glad that they chopped his head off. He honestly deserved it. The guy was a dick. But yeah, overall, really good episode, setting up for a lot of interesting things. We know that potentially, is it Aegon? No, it's not Aegon. What's his name, man? Not Vagar either. Whatever his name, potentially coming back. He is not dead. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't remember. I saw it like a couple of days ago, and I can't remember the name of him. But him potentially coming back. Rhaenyra finally becoming queen of King's Landing. How will the people fare? What will she do as her first, act? She is still civil. She was still saying hello to all those and protecting all those who were still on her side. So that should be interesting. Larys leaving Alicent's dad for death. That's pretty wild too, right? Leaving as a gift because he knew Daemon was going to come back one day. Aegon's still on the run. What's going to happen? Alicent finding out that, Rhaenyra killed her father. What will she do now? How will she act now? Right? Where will she go from there? Um, Alicent's little boyfriend, boy toy, whose name I also can't remember, on his way to Harrenhal, only to find out that guy's dead. So I don't know what the hell he's going to do, because that guy's going to get burned alive. So it'll be interesting, the next few episodes. I'm excited to see it. It looks good so far. I'm kind of back on it, but we'll see where it goes. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and have a wonderful day, guys.